There's just too many trading card games. I'm gonna open them all. Welcome back to Crazy Guy Opens Too Many Card Games, and today I have a smorgasbord of card games, ranging from very, very mainstream to games that you've probably never even heard of. And we're going to go through them, open some packs, and talk about the games if I have anything to say. And as always, editing me will be here to fill in this idiot, which I'm gonna have to do because there are this many games in this video. There are some games that aren't here. I don't really have anything to say about Pokemon right now. I don't really have anything to say about Yu-Gi-Oh right now, so they're not here, but some of the mainstream ones are. We have these different piles. We're gonna go mainstream, and then we're gonna go to indie, and then we're gonna go to more of the homemade games. So let's just get on with it. Starting with the mainstream games, or at least what I think would be mainstream. They're made by a company that's made several products in the past. And the first one is gonna be Gundam. This is the most recent set of Gundam. It's gonna be Gundam set for Phantom Aria. I don't know what series that's even mentioning. I was gonna get into Gundam for a second, but then it was kind of hard to find on launch, and the game was kind of just not that great, so I didn't really get into it. I think it's a very Bandai game, and there's not a whole lot super special about it aside from the pilots. Now, I bring this up because I've seen a lot of complaining recently that the best deck in Gundam is to take these level 2 one-cost guys that have 2/2 and just jam as many as you can in a deck. Which is kind of funny because that's like the Bandai special, is to make a aggro deck that's like not really got a whole lot going on strategy-wise, and that's your whole shebang. Is this our rare? This, I think it is. It's been a while since I've opened a Bandai game. Yep, there we are, rare. And then we have, ooh, we got an LR out of 2 packs. That's not bad. Gundam, 4 sets in, best deck is an aggro deck. I think the reason this is worse in Gundam is because there's, at least from what I know, there's not a whole lot of card draw compared to other games. And in Digimon, if you if you attack a shield and it's a Digimon, you have to fight it. And you don't have to do that in Gundam, it just kind of dies. The suspected counterplay is that you're supposed to get bases. Did I get any bases? Let's see here. Gundovia, Ali, Alchemist, Gundam Unicorn, Rose and Zulu, Psycho Gundam MK2. Ooh, I like that guy, he's pretty cool. That's real expensive though. And Gundam Exia, just a 2 rare. Oh, well, you can't win them all. What was I saying? I'm not very good at this. Oh, bases. Yeah, bases. Were there any bases here? Is this a base? Yes, this is a base. You put bases and they have more than 1 health, but normal shields only have 1 health. But you have to draw the bases and play them while the aggro player is just spitting out a million D weenies that you have to deal with. Now, of course, I am just seeing like subreddits and YouTube videos, which are, you know, known complainers. So I don't know if it's actually a problem. I just thought it was interesting that, we got to start the counter. Got to start the counter. I'm going to try not to say it the rest of the video, but it is interesting that the Bandai keeps having this problem. Battle Spirit Saga, red aggro was really good. White aggro was really good, apparently, for the entire lifespan of that game. And in Gundam, they're still doing it. Wonder if their next game, they're gonna have another weenie aggro. That's gonna be it for Gundam, because we have way too many games to talk about. Riftbound, oh yeah, G Gundam's supposed to be in set 5. I might have to come back for that. I do think this game is findable now. It's just the first couple starter decks and the first set that's expensive, which is unfortunate that apparently a lot of the cards from the first set are still the good cards that you want to run. Next we have Riftbound. Oh boy, Riftbound. Riftbound has been really popular since it came out last October. This is the 3rd set, Unleashed. It's been a good time for players, and I've seen many things about how the rules constantly change. That first part wasn't sarcastic. People do really like this game. It's just that the underlying things under the hood are constantly changing in ways that make cards unfunctional, but like they function because the devs tell them that they function. It's It's been a wild ride looking at what's happened to Riftbound. And let's see if we get the legendary double rare legend pack, where this is a leader game, and the leaders are rares. So we did get one right here. Okay, that's the purple symbol's the rare. Let's see if we got another one. No, we got a honey fruit. So no double legend out of my one pack. I did get two. Ooh, what's that? We got the altar rune. That's kind of cool. What? That's gonna be like $1 card, baby.
Ah, it's $7 hairs. Not too shabby.
I'm not getting excited over alt arts. Every time I get excited over a fancy card, it turns out to not be as rare as I think it is. But that is nice. I do think this is my first time opening Riftbound, I think. Honestly, I didn't open them before. Because it came out and it was immediately hard to find. Ooh, I see what they're talking about. The print quality on these is crazy.
Yeah, I'm talking about the white fuzzy edges on the cards.
Apparently they used a cardboard that was too thick. Oh, is this a foil too? Oh yeah, this is the rare. I'm just a silly Billy. And this is a foil uncommon. Neat. But Riftbound still going pretty strong, I think. Now let's go from games that people are probably actually playing to game that maybe people don't actually playing. Rush of Ikorr. Did you know this existed? This is Upper Deck's new card game. Upper Deck, who currently is making the Neopets game. This is their mythology-based one, which I opened a couple packs of in my last Gen Con video. Speaking of Gen Con, they're going to have a $100,000 3v3 tournament at Gen Con, which is a lot of money. And they've been doing, I think, 5Ks around. And in these 5Ks, there will be like 12 players, which is insane that they're putting this amount of money into the game for it to get that kind of turnout. But this is the second set. Upper Deck actually saw it on some other video where I mentioned them. I think it was the TCG Buzz where I talked about trends in trading card games with the others. And they said, hey, can we send you some? And I'm like, yeah. I really like set 2, which this is what it is. Set 2 has this thing called Scrollworks that are really cool. Now this game is your regular kind of creature battler. It's almost like Lorcana, except in Lorcana, when you, let's see. When you rest your character in Lorcana to get lore, you just get it. But in Rush of Ikorr, you get the Ikorr on the champion, and then it has to survive until your next turn, and then you actually get it towards the win condition of the game. So they actually made it a little more interactable than Lorcana. Some people complain that game, is a little bit inevitable at a certain point. I haven't really played Lorcana. I think I have some of the first set somewhere, but it just wasn't really my thing. This game, mythology is kind of a generic theme, honestly, but I kind of like it. I kind of like the art in this game. Some people don't like the art, but I think it's pretty cool. And this is the other unique thing about this game, is that there are these infusion cards that are see-through-y. And if we look at some units, they have these little pips in the upper left. And you can put any infusion on a card as long as the infusion pips are less than the pips on the card. So we have this Myrmidon Warrior, which we've just adorned with the Shroud of Yomi, which gives us an action where we can pay 2 to return this champion from your graveyard to your hand. Ooh. So we could just bring this guy back if we wanted to. And what does he do? He prevents all non-strike damage that would be dealt to this champion. I'm not sure if this is a guy you really want to be bringing back, but this is a widely customizable element that you can throw on cards, which is pretty cool. So if we keep moving on, I see our last card. We actually do have a Scrollworks. So we have a Yomi, we have the Gateway to the Desert, and then we have Izuchi. Ooh, yes. Look, the Scrollworks is this pattern on the edge of the card, and it's different for every single civilization. So this is a Japanese card, and it is Scrollworked. I think this is just a rare, though. You have to, really, I won't get the camera to zoom up on that. That is a rare. But the treatments in this game are pretty cool. Let's see if we can get one in our schmeckend pack that we have. So I can keep yapping about this game longer than Riftbound, and then Riftbound stands could be like, why didn't you talk about my game better? Because they only had one loose pack of Spirit Forge, otherwise, or Spirit Forge Unleashed. They only had one loose pack of the game in general, and I was trying to get 2 for games. We got Paris, the Prince of Troy. We have Seth, Warrior. We have the Achaean Soldier. Essence of the Dolphin. See, I think that art's pretty neat. That's pretty neat art, right? We got, I'm not gonna try to pronounce the mine ones, but the mine ones are cool. Ooh, we got a gold infusion. Let's see what we got there. This is, it looks like a rare, sorry. Apollo's bow. So we need 3 to stick on, which we haven't got a 3 in this entire pack. Paris can't be infused at all. He's too good for this shit. So we can put this on our back to our Myrmidon warrior. We give him the Apollo bow. We can force C2 and then scrap 1. I'm gonna assume that's scry 2. Look at the top 2 cards of your deck and then discard 1 from the top of your deck. If the scrap card was a spell, deal 2 damage to an opposing champion. See, that sounds not half bad. That is a rare one though, so I wonder if the rare ones are just better.
They also recently added a pip limit to deck building where you can only have 30 pips in your whole deck, and this one takes up 3, so is it worth it?
Then we have Agamemnon, the absolute king, so we're really going into the Troy stuff here. The Iliad. We got Lamentation of Osiris. The next allied champion that dies this turn is summoned from its owner's graveyard stunned at the beginning of their next end phase. Ooh. And then finally we have an influence card. Is this a foil? This is just a common. Okay, so Agamemnon was our rare. So rares are not guaranteed foil. There are some really cool foily things in this game. Maybe I will go over them later. And then we have an influence card, which is just a resource, which I thought it was something else that in this game, you don't tap resources. You don't turn them sideways. You just turn them to the non-colored side, and that shows that they're used. Honestly, I'd probably just turn them that way still, but you can get those in foil. So they made resource second deck cards that you can bling out, which who doesn't like that? I mean, I probably want to get a blingy rune deck. Watch that actually be worth more than it is. Editing me. Tell me all about that.
I already did that, sire.
Just kidding, I can't hear you. No, okay. Rush of Ikorr. Big tournaments, not that much turnout. Let's see how it goes at Gen Con. How many people show up? I might show up. Will I be able to do anything? I don't know. Next we have My Little Pony. My Little Pony, isn't that old game? Isn't that dead game? No, this is new game. They made a new My Little Pony trading card game that's absolutely nothing like the old one. The old one I played at the end of last year, and boy howdy, it was kind of complex, even from starter decks. It seemed like that game was designed way outside of the scope of the IP, unless you're going for like the bronies. This game is a lot simpler. It's like a lane-based creature not battler. Let's see what we got here. We have the Ticketmaster. When promoted to this stage, choose 1 Twilight Sparkle in your adventure area. It gets +2 inspiration until the end of the turn. This is a good card to start on because this is the win condition of the game. This is one of the story cards. There are 4, I think, of them that are on the board, and you have to get your leader card, your main character. Maybe that's the original game, I can't remember. You have to get your leader card to go across every chapter of the story. And we have another one right here. We have Over a Barrel Train Heist. When promoted to this stage, all characters in Rival's adventure area get -1 inspiration till the end of the turn. So you make their number smaller. Let's see if we can get character. We have Sunlight in the Rain, which I'm not sure if this is it. This does not look like a character. Only used when there is any Rainbow Dash with cost of Force of Harmony 3 or less in your adventure area. Draw 2 cards. I think this was a any card is resource game. With the amount of games that I'm having to go through today, ooh, that's nice. Dang.
It's actually not an any card is resource game. It's a separate resource deck game, and this is one of the resources that goes in it.
I was about to say, the foil actually is pretty nice. Oh, even the, like, I assumed these were commons, but they kind of have a shimmy to them. Oh, yeah, you can see it right there. The stars shine bright like a diamond. And then we have this one, which is some kind of foil. I don't know the foil names very well. It's a surge foil. And then we have Stairs of the Cloudsdale, which has an inspo boost card. Your Rainbow Dash gets plus inspiration until the end of this contact. I think this is either the spell. Oh no, this might be a character. Oh, this costs 2. I can't remember the resource system in this game. I'm sorry. We have a Scootaloo, which this is a character because we have an inspiration number and a cost. Adventure. While there are any Apple Bloom or Sweetie Belle in your adventure area, this character gets plus 2 inspiration on your turn. I wonder which one of these was the rare.
I spend the next little while trying to figure out the rarities by the things at the bottom of the card, but I can't do that very well because the rarity structure in this game looks like this!
This is extra rare? I don't know. ER. The SPR01, special rare? I'm just guessing, and an uncommon. Wow. All right, I'm doing a terrible job of explaining this game, but, you know, that's what we're here for. These packs feel weird. They're plastic, but they almost rip like a paper pack. Let's see what we got here. We have another story card, another 2. We have the Curing Filmana. Let me make sure I keep the card. We have Twilight Sparkle, which character? Common, yeah. Which even the common, they do have the stars. That's pretty neat. Okay, we have another extra rare, so those must not be that rare. They must be in every pack. Either that or I'm the luckiest person ever. I think these are the resources because this inspo boost thing has something to do with that.
How right you are, me. Inspo Boost is kind of like the combat tricks of this game. You've got 3 lanes, and if both players have a horse in the same lane, then they have to fight it out, and the bigger number wins, so you use your Inspo Boost to make number bigger.
You know, editing me could probably fill in. Ooh, whoa. God dang. We got a GR, a gray rare? I don't know. This is an Applejack that has a pre-plan where you draw 1.
Pre-plan is like the shield trigger of this game, but each chapter has a card face down on top of it, and that must be removed first. And if it has a pre-plan, when it gets revealed, then you do it. Otherwise, it just goes to your hand.
And then we have a Cycling for Friends, which is an SPR. Yeah, I'm gonna have to... Editing me, please tell me the rarity structure of this game and if I got anything good and any other thing about the game that they might know. Thank you, okay.
Brother, I wish I could tell you what any of this meant. I looked on the internet for 10 whole minutes and didn't find the information I needed, so it must not exist.
Thanks, Editing me, you're the best. Now we're moving on from My Little Pony. Overall, I think when I read the rules, I was like, this sounds like it's definitely a lot less complicated than the original game. But it could still be fun. There's like a shield trigger thing too. Editing me probably told you already.
I did.
So we got some nice pulls. I mean, the cards look nice. They're shiny and what else do you want? They're shiny. Oh gosh. All right, next game. We're going to World of Tanks. Did you know this had a card game? There's actually 2 sets out now, but the store that I went to only had the first one. I played this game not too long ago, and it was actually a lot of fun. It's a game where...
What is bro doing?
It's a game where you have one card type, and it does like a million different things. Where you have one card type, and then you have the win condition, which you have 3 flags. Is that what they were called? 3 flags, 3 something or others that start face down. And when you win a round, your opponent flips one of theirs face up, or you flip one of your opponent's face up, and it does something. So this says, after a reveal, your opponent discards the top 6 cards of their deck. Dang, Sweden, they milling out here. They like to make bread. Then we got tanks. This is the only other card type. Tanks can be so many different things. They can be put face down to be a resource in your resource area. They can be played to one of the 5 or 6, one of those numbers, tank zones on the board, and they can shoot at your opponent's tanks, which they have, you know, firepower and armor. And then they have the firing costs. When you want to attack with things in this game, you have to spend that many resources. But with any card as resource, you're getting 1 resource a turn. So you can discard cards from your hand to supplement that, so you can fire more times than you otherwise might have. Yeah, you come in here for the top tier commentary. And then this bottom half of the card has its crew effect. So this is another flag. I need another tank. All right, if I put this first card under the second tank, I'm getting this effect as a crew effect. So you may reposition this vehicle into an empty position. So this is kind of like a spell effect. When you attach this as a crew, you can move it to a different spot on the board, which I said there's 5 or 6 spots, however many there are, spots on the board. That's really important. This is a very, almost a lane-based game, tactical, but not like a grid. It's just lanes, because the different tank types have different things that they can target. I'm pretty sure this triangle was the light tank one, where it can shoot at things in front of it and sort of diagonal left and right. So it can't shoot things that are on the far side of the board from you, even if this is in the middle, but you still have a couple options. Also, tanks have effects. When this vehicle attacks a medium tank, it has +1 firepower. So the different tanks are very important to the game. Let's see what else we got here. That's not the, well, I probably just revealed the rare. I thought I put this on the back. But yeah, this one has a keyword double shot. You can pay 1 to attack a second time, so you pay the 2 to attack, and you can pay an extra 1 to attack a second time. That's like a 50% discount, boy. Let's see what else we got here. We got a T-37. I don't know anything about tanks. We got a T2 medium tank. So this has the diamond, but it's got like the treads almost. So that means it's a medium tank, which light and medium tank, I think, shoot the same way. This square one, though, was different. There was one that could only shoot right in front of it. It was like an anti-tank weapon. This might be it. And then there was one that was like an artillery that could shoot anywhere on the board. Then we have our thick armor, so you take less damage from attacks. Let's see, we have another, yeah, or maybe this one is the artillery one, because this sort of looks like artillery, but I probably couldn't tell the difference between an anti-tank and an artillery. Or a self-propelled grenade, they call them SPGs. Ooh, we have the Conqueror. This is a heavy tank. It's got the diamond, but there's 3. If this vehicle receives 3 or more damage from a single attack, destroy it. Okay, but it is a 3/5. This is also an alternating action game, so I do a thing, you do a thing, but there is a difference that once you start firing, you cannot play any more cards. So once you start attacking, you're locked into just attacking for the rest of the round. It kind of gives you this, tension point of when you're going to start blasting, and once your opponent starts blasting, well, you got to start blasting too. You can't just spend time playing cards. What else we got out here? Excelsior. We got 2 British tanks as our heavy tanks. Then we have our Krandvagen, I don't know how to say it. Which this, I think, is not the top rarity, but I think it's the second to top one. It's another heavy tank. After attack, your opponent discards the top card of their deck. This Sweden keeps milling stuff. Shuffle the top 3 cards from your hand into your deck, then draw the same number of cards. Now, another cool thing about this deck is that you draw back up to a hand size at the end of the round. So you want to get rid of as many cards as you can, except, if there's a specific one you want to keep for a certain circumstance. So you just throw them all out. I think you can even discard at the end of the round, which is how my game works. You draw back up to hand size after you discard any cards you don't want. So this is really a game where you can draw and play a lot of cards. You're really playing the game every single game. Now, the choices that you can make might, lead you to a better or less, state. Oh gosh, what am I saying? But you will be playing the game every game, which I do like. Have some various tanks. I think this is Franche. Really, my geography is gonna go, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I don't know what this one is. The LT version 37. The art is pretty cool though. For a World of Tanks trading card game, I'm surprised they either found, art for all these, or they did some public domain art, but this doesn't seem like public domain art. It seems like pretty unique to this game. Do we have another, this must be rare then. The VG441. I don't think we got the other symbol. No, we have the triangle, the light, the heavy. We didn't get any, wow, whoa, hold on. Look at how many of these are all the same country. That's kind of crazy. All pack, same 2 countries. That is a thing I heard about this game, is that the clumping, what's that word? I don't know. Editing me, help.
Collation.
Yeah, whatever that word is not that great in this game sometimes. But I did have fun playing this game. I thought it was fun. If it dies horribly and gets cheap, then I recommend picking some up. Or if you just pick up the starter decks and a couple packs, that might be fun too. I don't want to say wait till it dies and pick some up. There was one weird thing about the game though, is that these cards are Yu-Gi-Oh size, but also they're like slightly different than Yu-Gi-Oh, because these cards were printed in Archon Studio, who made this game. They do, I think, miniatures and board games. They printed in Poland, yes, made in Poland. So they have a very, I almost said the word, but I didn't, very different card size that you're not used to seeing all the time. I kind of counted them as mainstream because they have other games, but that could probably gone in the indie pile. All right, next. I just noticed I'm 27 minutes in. I'm only past the first pile. I have a Hazbin Hotel trading card pack. This isn't a game. I just wanted to open it, you know. It's a pretty neat show. Some people hate it. Some people think it's really cringe. It kind of is. It's kind of like DeviantArt, the show, but I like it. We got the Robot Egg Boy. Was that even in the show? I don't remember that. We have Hell's Fair. We have the Gates of Heaven. I thought these would be characters. Oh, we got Pendleton. Okay, we got Serpentious Human Form. We have the Speaker of God. I guess this is the rarity. You know, it's nice not to have to say anything about the gameplay. I could just open packs with the Exorcist Headquarters. We got Hypnotized. This is a foil, I guess. These cards are like really thick. Oh, why is this white?
You can't just ask the card why it's white.
Eh? I don't understand why his card white back and the rest not like that. I don't know. And we have Turf War with the people fighting over hell. She took the kids. I guess that's a motel. Oh, okay, I remember where that is. And a fancy dress. Cool, that's just a pack of trading cards. Man, that was easy. Didn't have to talk about a game. Hoo-wee! Now let's move on to the next stack. One stack down, a lot of stacks to go. We're gonna start talking about the more indie games, starting with new Metazoo. Meta 2, as it is actually called. I was gonna say as it's called as a joke, but yeah, I guess it is actually called that. Old Meta 2. Now this is the first set of Metazoo 2, but they've released 3 sets, and the last one came out last November. And I made a really long post about how it's hard to be a trading card game in current times. And I mean, yeah, I'm opening 30-something card games on this video, and that's not even all of them. There's more. I didn't even cover freaking Weiss Schwartz or Vanguard, if anybody still plays that. I'm just kidding. Some people still play that. Because I'm opening Metazoo 2, and some people play this, I guess, maybe. This is a leader-based, back-and-forth action lane game with a second resource deck, which is, you know, all of the things. Oh, we have a double leaders at first. And I wonder, you know, Metazoo 1 had a cult following of sorts. It maybe not for the right reasons. They were looking for Munty and the investor culture thing, but some people, I guess, fell into it and liked collecting it. And when this company bought it and changed basically everything about the game and the aesthetic, it seems like it made a lot of the original people mad. I much more enjoy this game. I think this game is so much better than the original one. The original one is like, I've said it's Hearthstone on bath salts, and this one is more of a game. We got an Uktena. I have a gameplay video on this one if you want to see it. It's actually one of my more well-performing gameplay videos because nobody has. There's been a couple people, but no, you know, not a lot of people have done them. Now we have, this was a foil common, and then we have this 1-star Who, which I think is just a rare. Ooh, and then we have another rare, we have a Phoenix. And then we have our Aura, which is just the land card that goes in the land deck. Yeah, I think the card quality is kind of eh, but like the original Metazoo card quality wasn't good either. No, wow, that pack just kind of fell apart. Did I say, oh, wow? Oh, boy. We're going to make it through this one? Well, we will. We got Fire Drake. We got Uktana, the non-foil version. We got a Humble Dumple. You got to give him the Humble Dumple. The Slide Rock Bolter. I don't remember seeing this one in my gameplay box opening thing. We got a location that you put into lanes, and you got to fight over the lanes for mission points. It's one of those where points go up. I'm not sure if you can play it multiplayer, though. Kind of a Marvel Snap-ish type thing, which a lot of games went to recently. We got a Thunderous Feather as a rare. And we got the... Does that mean this was a rare? Foil? No, that didn't seem like a foil. Thunderous Feather, Van Meter Visitor, and we just got 3 rares that time. Van Meter Visitor, and a Billy Whack Club as an equipment. Then we have our Fire Aura. The old Metazoo. Do you guys think it's gonna make it? I have a feeling it's like probably not long for this world. They spent a lot of money on this IP, and then the people, this is what I was originally trying to get to earlier, the people that were into it don't like the new one a lot of the time, and then people that weren't into the old one probably barely even know this one exists, so they think it's the old one, and they're like, I'm not getting into that one either. It's just a hard thing to be. But I hope they get at least one more set, because they didn't get to Cosmic type. In this first set, they only had 4 types. They had Air, Earth, Lightning, and Fire, and they didn't get the second set adds Water, and the third set adds Dark, which brings them up to 4, 5, 6. That is how numbers work. 6, which the original still had 10, which you could probably cut down from 10 to 6, and that's fine. You know, you probably don't want to go above 6, but they still should add Cosmic, because the aliens were cool. What we got next? I thought I was putting a new game after this, but let's talk about Altered. Man, I fell off the cliff on Altered. They announced that one was closed, and people started posting videos, what happened to Altered? And they got mad views, and I was just like, I hate making news-based videos where they're like timing, you know, essential, you gotta like scramble to try to get it done. I did that with video games, and it was no fun. I've done it here too. I think my Gundam How to Play, which is still getting views, which is crazy, was like the first How to Play for Gundam that there was, and it's like terrible, and it still gets the most views out of anything on the channel. But Altered, man, this is the last set. They game founded it, crowdfunding, and then they tried to crowdfund another one, and it did not fund as much as they needed it to, and they just shut the whole thing down. Now this last one that they did, they tried to do the collector booster thing, and I was like, I gotta get at least one so I can open it for a video. I believe this is the, let's see, base set, Trial by Frost, Whispers of the Maze, 4th one. This is the 5th set. They were trying to crowdfund the 6th set when the game went kablooey and died. And you could make a whole video about it. Maybe I still will sometime. Oh, I think these are all foiled. Take my collection anywhere. Build your deck whenever you want. I'm gonna stop yapping and actually look at some of these. We got Moyo and Silk. This is one of the leader cards, yes. Then we have the Consortium. The brown landmarks. Play me in your landmarks. I can't gain fleeting. Is this a landmark? It is. That is what it says. We got Kedarm. Nice. 3/3. Oh no! I forgot about the QR code. You're gonna steal it. It's gonna go. You could steal this, and it's gonna be in your collection and not mine for the organized play network thing. But it's getting shut down, so I guess it doesn't really matter anymore. We got the Nightclub Bouncer. We got Daping. I don't remember where the rarity in this game is. I think maybe it's in the bottom, yeah. Is that it's like a print line or something there. That's kind of weird. Can you even see that? Not really. It's like a hair fractured thing right there. Yeah, now you can see it. The Lectern. These foils aren't bad though. I wonder if these are different from the print-on-demand foils. So if we want to get into talking about Altered, then you got to talk about their gimmicks, which were, let's see, the rarity, the uniques, and the print-on-demand system, which the print-on-demand system didn't come online until somewhere into like set 2, and I think that really hurt them. And then it turned out to be more expensive, I think, than people thought. It was almost like $1 a card, so you almost didn't want to do that. All right, let's see. What is this? The rarity in this game was just like how much frame there was or not, I think. Does it say anywhere on here? SDUFEN? I mean, not really. They did introduce a new rarity in this set. This is definitely a unique. So print on demand, expensive uniques. First set, extremely broken abilities that they could roll. So let me back up here. There's 3 rarities in Altered. I don't even know. Did we have these with the full borders are commons. They're just commons. Then the next one up from that had slightly less of a border. See, this doesn't have the black. This is a rare. This is a common card that's been changed in some way. There's 2 versions of every rare. Either the faction has changed because this is a hard faction locked game, or the stats have been changed somehow to be better. So rares are like upgraded versions of commons. You can have 9 rares in your deck, and you can have 3 uniques in your deck. Now uniques, the same way, this is a card that can be in common and rare, but this version has a algorithmically generated effect on it that it's unique, and there's no other card that's exactly this one. Some other card might roll a similar ability, or maybe it could be this guy with a similar effect with a different stat spread, but this exact card, this is the only version. And it turned out that people weren't too keen on trying to figure out if they were good or not. So it got to this weird thing where there are a lot of uniques that were maybe playable, but like you have to do a lot of research to find out if, you'd have to play the game a lot. And then there were some that were just like outwardly broken and like they completely bonked the game. And those bonked cards ended up getting errated and sometimes banned. And people weren't too happy about that. I know a couple personal friends that were really into this game, and they were outie 5,000 as soon as they started banning the uniques that were like the good ones, the broken ones, because they had bought them. Maybe they shouldn't have bought them because they know they were going to get banned. But either way, they were treating it sort of like a digital game like Hearthstone where you could just change the cards willy-nilly. I mean, kind of what Riftbound's doing a lot of erratas. Maybe not functional erratas, but I just thought I'd throw that little swing in there a little bit. And I just don't think it ended up doing amazing for Altered. Their 2 gimmicks just didn't come out the way they needed to. Hey, I actually got the common for one of my uniques. Now, normally uniques were like 3 per box too. This is the second part. That the box opening for Altered was really weird because you'd get, I think, 1 or 2 rares a pack. It's been a long time. And you'd get like 3 or 4 uniques per box. So the hits that you're looking for are questionable on, if you want them or not. Like, they could not be good. There are like uniques that were just bad. All right, so what do we got here? We got the Ket Arm. That's a 3/3/3. And we have this Ket Arm. Oh, he's got a fishy instead of a flying crawfish lobster thing. He's 1/4/1, so much different stats, way better in the mountain. And he's got an effect. When you pass first, if I'm the only character in my expedition, target character gains 1 boost. And he's got a reserve effect. The next character played from your hand this turn activates one of its abilities. one of its plate abilities. Maybe that's it. Been a long time since I thought about Altered. I still don't know. This is unique. This is C. Okay, so there is, the rarity is on there because this is an uncommon. This is a rare. This is a rare? I guess it's just a vanilla that they maybe upstatted to a 222. This is an E. I wonder, this must be they added a new rarity in this final set to make boxes feel better to open. They only made one for each faction and it was fixed. So I'm not sure how that ended up going. We have an F, an E, and an F. I don't know what F is. I don't know what E is. Help me. Help me editing me. What do they mean?
All right, so E is the new top rarity, Exalted, and F is the faction swapped rares.
We're getting stuck. We're not going to get stuck on that. But yeah, Altered, Rep, and Pepperonis. After the game died on this set, then they came out with a thing where they were going to sell the things they already printed for this 6th set that never happened. So obviously I bought one. And we're going to open one of these little GameFound box topper things. This 6th set looked really cool, though. It was like, what if characters were corrupted? That's not a corrupted character. The Big Bad Wolf. And Emergency Burst. Well, am I not going to get to show off the cool ones? And we got, oh, there is a unique in there. Iaxis, Repentant Tyrant. That doesn't sound corrupted. That sounds like the opposite of corrupted. I'm just telling you lies, man. I'm just telling you lies. So these packs they sold had a couple box topper things. I think they had like a pre-release kits, a couple of those. Thought it would be interesting just to have. I said it again. But, you know, Rep and Pepperonis. Moving on. Our next one. Sunstrike, Elestrals, they're still going. So Elestrals just trucking along. This is their, I have to count the sets. I don't know what set number it is. I just have to like base set, Frostfall, Daybreak, Nightfall, Night something, Night Moonrise. Nightfall was Metazoo. Firestorm, Livestream. Is this Sunstrike? 7th set? These guys are like, they're going. They've outlived most other indie card games. I mean, Elestrals has always been kind of one of the survivor games out of the Kickstarter era. They were towards the end of it. And let's see if we can get... it seems like our polls have been pretty good. Let's see if we can get a Stellar. Let's see if we can get a serialized card. That'd be crazy out of 2 packs. There's no way, but Elestrals is trucking along. They've switched the manufacturers a couple times. Ooh, yeah, these are nice thick boys. And they've gone back to their original Kickstarter manufacturer. And I like a thick boy card. You just, that's got some heft to it. That's not a Star Wars Silverwing, Star Wars Unlimited, magic flippity doopity floppy taco card. This is a real card right here. I'm just yapping. Got Nebuleo, Champion of Ares. We got the Colosseum of Ares. We got Neander Sloth. I think the art at first was very fake money. I don't know if they fixed that. I'm not entirely sure, but it doesn't really matter what I think. They're still going. Ooh, we got I think there's a reverse hollow Noxid. When you normal cast this Noxid, you can discard a card in order to target another fire or thunder Elestral in your underworld and return it to your hand. Oh, this is funny because this 4/4 stat line, Noxid, this is almost like Rummagem, except, I don't know what type this is. Maybe he's a little dragon, but Rummagem was a card in the prototype days that was a 4/4 that would search you cards. This is sort of like that. And then we have the rare Hephaestus, the Divine Rune, which is sort of like, I don't even know what to... This is like a continuous spell card. When you cast this Hephaestus, you can enchant up to 3 fire to it. You can disenchant fire from this Hephaestus in order to search your deck from an artifact rune and add it to your hand. Then we have our Spirit, which is the resource system in this game. In case you didn't know, I have gameplay video. I have a really old review before maybe even the first set came out. And it's you know, it's still with us. Let's see if we got one more pack. We can get a serialized card, easy. The Elestrals man himself, A-Drive, has started a channel called Nobby where he talks about various things in Elestrals, what's gone right, what's gone wrong. He talked about the woes of their second set printing and some of the banned cards they've had. This is another Coliseum of Ares. Oh, Surge, Champion of Hera. I'm just kind of jumping around. This video is crazy. But they made these alternate versions of cards called the Champions, where you can run these and any subtitles separately. So you can run 3 Sigenet. You can run 3 Penguat and 3 Penguat Champion of Hera because they're different cards. This is sort of, I think, how they're doing archetypes a little bit within Champions. I'm interested to see how they'll keep doing those once they go through the Champion line of sets, because I think this is Divine Champions Sunstrike. Can we get a serialized card? Ooh. No. But we got Penguat, and then we got Imperawat. That's a pretty cool two card split though. 2 full holo rares. I don't know if you get one in every pack. You used to not. You used to definitely not get that. I don't even know. Is the rarity anywhere on here? I think it was this thing down here.
Nope, it's this tiny dot in the middle.
So Elestral's still going. I like to keep up with this game, I guess on almost a collector level. I think I have a little bit of every set. I tune into big tournaments. They have, you know, pretty good live streams. I think the last time I checked, they were still getting like 80 to 120 people for their online tournament. So that's pretty good. And they're gonna keep on trucking along, and so am I. We're gonna go to the next game. Chrono Core, freshly delivered from Kickstarter just recently. Chrono Core is a mech fighting game. It's like Flesh and Blood, except if robot. And instead of tearing each other down over the game, you upgrade your mech through the game to get betterer and betterer. Now, I've heard some things about foils in this game, and we're gonna see how true they are. First off, we have a Basilisk Visor version 1, and this just like a common, I think. Yep, common, lower right there. So this is a version 1. You start off with 3 pieces. You start off with your visor, your gauntlets, and your legs in play, and also some rank 1 weapons, version 1. This is a version 1 a weapon, and then they have a damage, I guess. Here, yeah, Mark 1, and then that must be the damage and the cost. We have the Basilisk Gauntlets Mark 3, oh, the version 1, so yeah, this was a Mark 1. Oh, I just happened to get that right. Yeah, this is Mark 3, medium chassis. I made a how to play for this game, and I said chassis wrong, and apparently some people were not happy with that. But, you know, that's more engagement that I got them. Totally on purpose. Let's see if we can get any matching gauntlets. Ooh, Duskwolf gauntlets. These aren't the same mech, but we can sort of pretend they are. If we had our Mark III gauntlets on the board, we could pay resources and chunk this one and put the Mark IV on instead. Boom. And they would be better usually, and they give you more resources the more leveled up they are. We have actually Duskwolf gauntlets, Basilisk gauntlets, Ryu gauntlets. That's a lot of gauntlets. Ryu gauntlets, Mark 1. Hold on. So yeah, you can tell the difference between the Mark 1 and the Mark 4 here. The Mark 1 gives you 1 core charge, which is your resources for the turn, and this one's giving you +4, but you know, this one costs 8, which is a big number. And then on attack, we have some keywords, Siphon 2 and Regenerate 1, and then on attack, Power Burst 2. Mr. Chrono Core, how comes you don't have no reminder text on here? You could have done it. All right, let's see what else we got here. We have the auxiliary weapon. Those are pretty good. You start the game with weapons in your hands, but you can also equip an auxiliary weapon, which we have here in our uncommon slot. Then we have the World Eater, which is another weapon, a 2-handed melee. Then we have Ryu Greaves. So this is a very Mark IV. We got a lot of Ryu parts. I'm not even sure what mech that is. We have the Rawhide Shield Mark IV, rare. Let's see what else we got. We got the Beam of Desire, another weapon, which is another rare. And we have the Fang Mark IV, which is a super rare. Which I wonder if there's any difference in the foiling on these. It appears not, but that is that two foil? No, 3 foil. 3 foils in the pack, which is something I've heard. I've seen other pack openings a little bit, and I've heard that this game is very generous with the amount of shiny that it gives you. So it makes the 1 box opening experience pretty cool. They might be addressing that post the Kickstarter versions, but that makes the Kickstarter version special and shiny and stuff. Let's see if we can find some other cards. Yes, here we go. I have the power. This is a configuration. This is a configuration that can attach to gauntlets, or it looks like maybe just a melee weapon, maybe any weapon, I don't remember. But it is a gadget, and it adds on attack power burst 2, so you can add extra attack to your attacking. We have some more gauntlets, the Cerberus Gauntlets Mark II. We have the Duskwolf Greaves. We have the Temporal Spike. Ooh, this is an auxiliary weapon, but is it a weapon? It seems, oh, I guess it is. It looks more like a shield. Counter attack, Overshield 3, reduce up to 3 damage on your shields from the current attack. This guy, reminder text, how come the other one couldn't have no reminder text on it? Got Ryu Gauntlets version 3 foil. We got the Basilisk Visor Mark II. We got the Nightshade. Get the Ryu Greaves, the Cerberus Greaves, the Cerberus Greaves. Here's one up where you see this has Data Storm 1. This one leveled up has Data Storm 2. Gives you an extra resource. Has a whole second effect on counterattack. So it is definitely worthwhile to upgrade your gear. You just have to choose when and where to upgrade your gear. Attacking with your weapons doesn't cost anything, but, you know, configurations do. We have this uncommon Deplete, and we have the Beam of Despair secret rare, 2-pack secret rare. I don't know how many secrets you get in a box, but I got one in 2 packs. That's pretty cool. A lot of these arts, as you could tell, are like cut up pieces of one piece art, which, you know, some people don't like and some people, you know, can live with and some people like. It's cool to have a card that has like the whole piece of art on there. Probably a pretty efficient way to split up the cost of your game, because games can definitely be getting expensive. Now this one also is like borderless. Ooh, I think it's textured too. You see the little waves on there? That's nice. That's nice. But yeah, lots of foils if you want to get into the Chrono Core. I think they sold out their whole print run of Kickstarter. And the retail one is coming soon. Mech and Blood, if you will. So we're gonna move on to a different sci-fi card game. Get these out of here. Oh, the packs are piling up. The packs are piling up. Next we have Neuroscape. Neuroscape sent me some stuff after I made a review where I was like, yeah, I don't know, this game's a lot like Magic. And then the Cyberpunk TCG Kickstarter came out and did like $26 million or something. And after playing that game's demos, I was like, perhaps I was too harsh on you, Neuroscape, because that game is just Bandai, but they've added some dice. Maybe that's a little reductive, but I did not feel things playing that demo. It was a very vanilla demo. But we're not here to talk about Cyberpunk, we're here to talk about Neuroscape, because their Kickstarter is delivered and their retail is probably about to come out. So we have a program, and they've added Swift, because I think before they just had these arrows, and now they've added things to indicate that programs are instanced, like this one is not, it looks like. We have our cost up here in RAM. Let's see, we have a cartographer. This is a guy, he can tap to explore, or run, sorry. He can run to explore. Index 3 environment, reveal the top 3 cards of your cyber deck. Put 1 environment into your hand and put the rest in the bin. And bin the rest, sorry. Got the Canyon Stalkers. We got the Badlands Sniper. Can we get a serialized card in 2 packs in this one? Got Antivirus, which is another program. We have another script. When are we getting a gear? Chain Amplifier. One of the main things I saw complaints about in this game is that, you know, gear had some gimmicks to it, and gear has questionably been like a bad card type in a lot of card games, and they added like an RNG element that made it worser, possibly. So let's see what we got here. We got tether. Attached to 2 target characters. If either leaves play, the tether follows. Ooh. All characters in this tether gain +1/+1. I wonder if can you put this on your opponent's thing and you're like weenie and then kill their like big giant robot?
Fool, that is not what that card said at all.
I don't know. It seems like a thing you could do maybe.
No.
Psychic. Abundance. Install 1 RAM running. And I sort of had a how to play in my review. Like I kind of have to teach you how to play to review, otherwise it's not gonna make any sense. And if you play characters with RAM, which is your secondary resource deck that you get resources out of, it stays on characters until they die, so you have to balance your characters holding your RAM and your programs. Like this is a drug. What's this one do? Till the end of the turn, honeycomb characters gain +1/+1 and have trample. Okay, wonder how many of those there are. We have battle axe. We have a gear that gives somebody 3/0, and if it becomes blocked, it deals 1 physical damage to each character blocking it. This is also the game that had 2 life totals. You have a meat life total, a meat life total with your health, and like a cyber life total, and you have to deplete one of them. Oh yeah, the gear, the other thing, because you had to like have the plugs to attach to the character. So do we have a character here? Yeah. This character has 1 link here to be able to attach this battle axe. But if they were trying to attach something, I'm just going through all the cards. Whoops, trying to explain it. I'm going through them. I saw a shiny card in there though. Let's get back to it. Got battle axe. We got the Gigadyne amp. See, this has 2 up there, so you'd have to find something with 2 prongs to attach it to. Double the base attack of the attached character. Whew. And then the deck building thing for this game is that some cards require a symbol, and your like leader kind of mainframe card gives you a symbol, so you can play those cards. We have the Magician. This is just an uncommon. That's a pretty shiny uncommon. Put target program on the cache on top of its owner's cyber deck. Oh, so this takes a card in the chain and puts it back on top. The other big difference between this and Magic is that it used the Yugioh chain instead of the Magic stack. So once you start resolving the cache, you can't add anything more to it until everything that's currently on it is done resolving. Is that going to be our 1 foil? We have a QR. That's pretty cool out of 1 card, but it's not foil. What do you mean it's not foil? This is a honeycomb card though. The Hive Queen. Ooh. Wonder what the pull rates on those is. Editing me, get on it. What are the pull rates?
QRs are like 1 in 4 packs. They ain't rare.
Then we have the Railgun. Ooh, this costs 3. This is a big gear. Attached character gets +5/0. That's a lot. Then we have the Shiny Basic Ram, which is B for basic, I guess. B for bytes. Surely in the future they're going to have to make a fancy RAM that you can also put in your RAM deck. Let's go. Second pack. What we got here? Tagger, one of the like cover cards they used advertising the game, I think. Put a 1/1 counter on another hacker or anarchy character. This one has 2 symbols. Ooh. We have Overload Mark 1. Yes. Overload Mark 2 directly following it. Wow. You're gonna deal some electric damage, all right. Zappity zoopity. We got the Grid. This is an environment. Ah, yes, I could use this to talk about another thing in recent card games that we're bringing back enchant worlds from Magic a long time ago and the old Yu-Gi-Oh! Field spell rules, where only 1 person can have an environment up at once. And if I play the Grid and then you play the Grid, it gets rid of mine and yours stays on the board. It affects all players, but it's something, I didn't say it, that we're going back to that after both Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! Decided that that was not worth keeping around because Magic doesn't do Enchant World anymore. Yu-Gi-Oh! Changed their field rules so that both players can have a field, and it only affects your side of the board, I think. Maybe there's field spells that affect everyone. Let's see. Elestrals also did this. The Coliseum of Ares is a stadium. When a player, any player, casts a Champion of Ares, they can enchant light to it. Champion of Ares gets +1 attack and +1 defense for each enchanting spirit enchanting this Colosseum of Ares. So, yeah. 2 games that are doing the old world enchantment field spell thing. I think only Pokemon is still doing that. We've got Claridex. Swift, target characters immune to psychosis until your next system check. All right, so this is what makes psychosis good. This max copies in this deck, the cyberware deck. I don't know what the factions are called. When you play tarot, gain 1 of both health. Ooh, okay. Ooh, when you play a tarot, deal 1 electric damage to opponent. I wonder if they're collation. That's the word from earlier. The collation on these is kind of weird, where we pulled like the zap, and then we pulled the moonstone and the darkstone. I wonder if that's on purpose. We have beat down. I like the rockers, which is what faction these are. We have the sun. We have the world. We have the Seance Sisters. We have the Seeker Drones. We have the Chariot. That's our rare, not foil though. Kind of sad. Oh, are you not guaranteed a foil? I had a foil in this one, right? Yeah, the Magician. They're trying to make those foils valuable, I guess. But yeah, that's Neuroscape. I will watch their career with great interest because, yeah, after seeing Cyberpunk, I'd probably rather play this one if I had to pick between the two. Not that we've seen a whole lot from Cyberpunk, but I'm just whelmed, I guess, by the demo. It was mostly vanilla cards, and I don't know, just wasn't very interesting. Main Deck Dan and Red Zone Rogue sure like it, though. They've talked about that game for like 10 hours, and I find that kind of wild. I don't know if I could find 10 hours to talk about a game like that, but, you know, it's just not my thing, and they're really into it, so I'm not hating. They're cool. You know, get that bag, play that cool game that you like. Next, we're going to talk about Shard Bug Set 3 Infestation. I had a spoiler. Let's see if I can pull it here. I have several gameplay videos and how to play on this one. I'm not sure if I need to explain it, but it's like a bug-based creature battler where your points are trying to go up and your bugs can still battle. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, I already see shiny. It's a leader-based game. So we have our soul. We can splat a token on our field, then target bug gains 2 devotion until the end of the turn. Devotion is your lore from Lorcana. We have Larviathan. Oh, that's a big larva. Let's see what he do. He's a 10 cost 7/7. Oh, and this is a cosmic rare, so this is top rarity. We're doing pretty good on pulls today, I think. It's nothing like amazing crazy unless it's one of the ones that I don't know about, but that's pretty good for 2 packs. We got Stomp. Now, some games I didn't buy 2 packs. Like, I have a box of this, so it's less impressive. But still, opening 2 packs for the video and getting the highest rarity is pretty cool. Unless I, like, you know, got a serialized card, but that's not happening. We got Stomp. As an additional cost to play this bug from your hand, you may splat X larva on your field, and if you do, this bug costs X less. Oh, so it's a big bungus that you can reduce the cost of. It's not helping you win the game, but it is a big stat stick, and it's going to be hard to get rid of with something like the boot. Then we have an uncommon foil. This, I don't think I opened set 2, so getting to see the new foil pattern is pretty cool. This is sort of like the set 1 foil pattern, but this is more the, you know, the more standard shiny one. And I think this is kind of easier to read some of the card. Probably. Meteor bugs on your field gain trample. Cool. Carapace shield. Equip bug gains +2 defense. Once per turn, when equipped bug is splat, gain 1 devotion. Ooh. Okay. So yeah, in this game, equipment is like equipment in Magic, where it just kind of hangs around on the board when what it's equipped to dies, and you can pay to re-put it on something. This goes on a Berserker or a Warrior. Ooh, I played this in the our starter deck battle for set 3. Darkness. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to target lunar bug by a single source this turn. We got the Gold Field Security. We got the Rush Leaf Hopper. Can we do it? Come on, give me the house. I mean, give me the serialized card. We got Solarian Charm, Swallowtail Soldier, The art in this game is really cool. That is one thing I'll always give it, is that it always looks really cool. Single player variant. Ooh, Boreal Water Scorpion. This was my spoiler card that I did Mo Bamba to. We got focus. When this attacks, you can spy the top card of your deck, and if you do, this bug gains +2 attack until the end of the turn. It seems like a pretty good card to me. It seems like a pretty good card to me. Then we got the Gold Field Security. Let's see, is there the difference between the foils? I guess this one is more the background. This one has some shiny in the art. I wonder if that is the difference there. Then we have the Swarm Soldier, the Beauty of the Glade. That is just a Chumbawamba. No attack. Plasma Archer, Plank 1. Oh boy, we're giving Luna more Plank. Ooh, baby. What? This is a common 2-drop. We're going to have Spark Ranger and this thing. Ooh. Ooh, I watch Luna be like the worst color in this set now. That's cool. Shardbug, set 3. Shardbug still rolling around at the speed of sound. Got nowhere to go. Got to follow their rainbow foil now that they're doing this more kind of one. That's cool. Shardbugs. I was going to sign up for their Gen Con tournament, but then it ran out of spots really fast. So we're going to have to move along to the next game. We're at an hour. Whew, there's probably not going to be much I can cut out from this. I'm like going 90 miles an hour. Blah, 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 blah. Next, we have Soul Masters, which they saw a box in the background in one of my other videos. Can you see it? See it? Can you see that one? I don't know if you can see that one. And they said, hey, can we send you some of set 2 so you can look at it? And I'm like, sure, man. I called your game like AI art or something, but I'll look at it. We have the Grave Lantern Thrall. I mean, that one looks pretty good. Is that AI? I mean, this looks more like a pose than I've seen before for a guy. All right, this is, they have 2 new factions. It's like the Necromancers and the Dragons, I think? I do not remember. But this game, they finally, let's see if I have it with me. Hallelujah. They have a how to play book that is like a real how to play book that has words on it, and I can understand how to play the game. Because in the past, I tried to play this game, and the rules I could not follow. So that is really cool that they have, you know, a rule book. It's like a nice big old rule book. And it is mostly a creature battler that, as you would expect, it has any card as resource, but it has dedicated resources. It has a whole bunch of other things. Let's see, this is a creature right here. I think this is its cost. This is its attack. This is its health, which the combat stats are like on opposite sides of the card. This is how much damage it deals, but this is how much health it has. This defense thing here is that you can block from your hand, sort of like Dragon Ball Super and Vanguard, and that is what this is. It blocks for 0. I think that's what that is. And this is how many cards you can use when this gets attacked to block from your hand. So everyone has like an individual amount that you can try to defend it with. Then we have some abilities. We have our rarity at the bottom, which this is a rarity-based deck building game, so you can only have so many of decreasing amounts of cards in your deck based on how rare it is. Let's read this one. Fragile. On attack, KO this unit at the end of combat. If you do, generate 1 resource. Which resource is not the face-down resource, any card is resource. Resource is a thing that depends on your deck leader, and you have different resources that you can get. And the leader says how many resources you can get on them. We'll see if we'll get a leader in this, but probably not. Grave Energy. Rest and sacrifice. Gain 1 crystal. That is the regular resource. Then we have Revivify from discard. If this card is the top card of your discard... Really? We're doing discard order matters. Okay. If this is the top card of your discard, pay purple, which is probably the resource for this deck, to return it to the bottom of your deck. If damage is being dealt, prevent 1. Oh, okay. I guess you do. That's more like a combat trick, not to get this back in your hand or on the board, but to prevent damage. Then we have another. We have a Girafru Abomination. So far, these are looking all right. I can't read all these. We have Scales, which this is must be the resource for the dragons. We have the Silver Moon Rider, which this is getting back to where it kind of looks like the AI style. I'm not sure if it is, but you know, it kind of looks like it a little bit. We have Collateral, which is an ability, which this is like one of the other things I thought was weird about this game is that the spell type cards just looked like units. Like, does this look like Collateral? I guess it has, is this a character specific card? Like, what are they doing here? They're defending. Is this a defending ability? Cast only in pre-defender. Well, maybe I should just go, maybe I should just leave. Okay, maybe it matches then. But some of the past ones, I swear, didn't really match. We have Hellhound, which is purple. And we have Vitus's Core, an artifact core. So this is one of the resource cards that's supposed to be a resource. You can play it to your field and you can swap it with a face down card here. But this also has an additional ability, not just generating you the normal resource. So there is a reason to play these. This on Defender, Rest and Remove, prevent all damage to Vindus this combat. Ooh, so you have to be playing her, I guess, to play this. Interesting. And then we have Yugioh, which is part of the Assassin's Guild. Maybe Dragons was already in. Maybe the Assassin's Guild is the other new faction. So this is a unit. It's got lots of words on there. It's got 2 different abilities. I've already gone over all the stats. Let's see if we can get something in the second pack. That foil looks pretty nice. I'm pretty sure almost all of these, oh, that's a token, okay. All of these all these card games are using the same company to print their games. They're mostly WJPC, I think. I know these guys are. I know Shardbugs is. I'm pretty sure Chrono Core is. I know Elestrals is not. I'm fairly certain Neuroscape is too. They have some similar looking foils. I know Metazoo is not WJPC. They were like an American company, and that's why it has some weird print quality a little bit to it. All right, let's see what we got here. Draconian Guard. Now this is the ones I'm talking about. I don't know. There's like a weird vibe difference that I can't describe between these two, where this one I'm like, yeah, that looks like a pretty cool art. And this one I'm kind of like, it trips a little bit more of the AI sense. Maybe it's just how it's like colored or contrasted or something. We got Fred the Valiant. Yeah, okay. We got Vindus Resource Crux. All right, so that is her resource. We got Reanimate. We got Parry, which, yeah, I guess there's some parry going on there. We got Dragon Circle, which there is a Dragon Circle. We got Leo, the Skyguard Captain. Didn't I open him in my last one? He's red. Is that the top rarity? Ooh, and we got another red, but it's foil. The Ring. I could get out the rule book here. Let me just find the rule book for the rarity real quick here. All right, so red is legendary. You can only have one of it per card, but there's a black one, and you can only have one in your whole deck. I have really mixed feelings about rarity-based deck building, but I guess it's fine. I think some of these cards look pretty cool. They look less AI for sure. I'd definitely be interested in playing sometime now that I actually can figure out how to play. That's cool. Let's see what the Ring does, and then we'll move on. Reserve Battlefield, Fair Fight, Rest. Counter target triggered skill that targets a unit you control. Okay. Last count. Gain the following skills this turn. When a Bruiser's Guild unit attacks, Lamia gains +1 armor until your next turn. If your commander is all grown up, heal 1 HP. Once, when a banding skill triggers, generate blood. Once, when a combo skill triggers, draw a card, then pay blood or discard a card. All right. Soul Masters, yeah. I'll have to play it and come back with more info sometime. But that's some cards from that. If you like it, you can check out their stuff. Next, we got Dead World. Have you heard of Dead World? This is another game that was kind of a Metazoo offshoot. When the first Metazoo died, it split into like 5 different people making games, and this is one of them. It's not cryptid based, and it is a very wild game where the goal is simply to attack your opponent while they have no creatures left on the field. And our first card you can see is Wood. This is a resource that you put on a land, but lands aren't like magic lands. They're like the places that you go in the world that have a couple slots on the board. And when you put certain lands on the board, you can play wood from your side deck to the battlefield. And then you can play a guy that has a wood cutting axe to go chop the wood, and then you get the wood as a resource that you can use to play other cards. So let's keep going. We have a radar. This is a unit. All right. Radar has a power. I need an adult. If radar is the first character on your side attacked during your opponent's turn, you may play a character from your hand or draw a card. All right, that's a pretty good effect. Card draw is always good. Then we have his attack down here, sort of like Pokemon, where we do have land type cards like Magic in deck, but they're energy, I think. But they're not. The land cards are not land cards. They're other cards. And whew. All right, so this is Charging Strike, which costs 2 light energy, and if you roll a 1, radar is knocked out for 1 turn. So when you attack, you must roll dice, and you must beat or get lower than your character's speed. I think that's how it was.
Yep, that's how it was.
Editing me can correct.
Nope, I don't need to.
When you attack, you have to roll against yourself to see if you hit. And then we have 2 other abilities. We have, I think that's Tank, and I think that's like the First Strike kind of ability.
Yeah, it's called First Strike, but it's actually more like Haste from Magic. And the other thing isn't Tank, it's that it's immune to being poisoned or infected.
And we'll go on. We have another character, Raider. We have health up here. Then I think we also have the number of copies you can have in your deck, because it's another rarity deck building thingy. This guy needs 2 dark energy to attack. Battle Bat. This text is very small. If you moved spots this turn, this attack deals 10 additional damage. This guy has this helmet. That means he can equip cards, so he can equip equipment. Let's keep going. Let's see if we can get another card type. We have the Fisherman. The art in this game is pretty cool, I think. We have Dizzy, the Zombie. See, the Fisherman probably isn't going to attack very well because he's only got a 2, so you have to roll a 2 or a 1 to deal your damage. What does his attack do, though? Deals 10 additional damage to any non-flying cards adjacent to the target. So yeah, we have flying in here. Here, Power Fishing. You may attempt to harvest fish from this location Fisherman is on, from the location. So, sorry, maybe it wasn't land, location. Locations put resources that you can gather on from your side deck. Side deck's a big thing in this game. We have Dizzy. Let's see if we can get another card type. We have Atticus. We have Teleportugetu. This is a structure. And then we have, I guess we'll go Fury SR. We'll read him first, actually. We have Bob and Weave. You may only use this move on defense. So this shield means you can do it on your opponent's turn. Roll with your opponent. If successful, the attack misses. So this guy seems pretty good. 3-punch combo. Roll 3 dice. A 1 is a jab, a 2 is a cross, and a 3 is a hook. Anything else is a miss. A jab deals 10, a cross deals 20, and a hook deals 30. All right. Okay. I think 3-star, this thing at the bottom, you can only have so many of those cards in your deck, in addition to only being able to have 1 of this card in your deck. Then we have this is a wild animal. Some locations let you play wild animals that you can hunt for meat. So there's a lot of stuff going on in this game, and it's, kind of wild for it. We have a spear. Let's go back to this teleporter. We have burn 2 steel cards to build teleporter in the south location. You may move a character to teleporter. Any character and its attachments that remain on teleporter for 1 or more turns may be shuffled back into your deck. Okay, so this is a persistent damage game. So if something's almost dead, I guess you could move it to teleporter and then yoink it back to your deck. You may move a character. Oh, back into your deck. Ooh. Can you move a character to teleporter? Can you move your opponent's character to it? Because it doesn't really say. So yeah, there's 1 pack. Let's see if we can get anything that we need to get a structure to really hone it all together. We got light energy, so that's your basic resource. We got Handyman Sam. We got drones. We got another raider. We got rotten roller. We got Daywalker. Vampire. Oh, here we go. We got Cornfield. Cornfield's a location. When Cornfield is played, reveal 2 corn cards from your side deck and add them to your hand. You may move a character to Cornfield. Any attack targeting a character on Cornfield has its speed reduced by 1, so it's less likely to hit you. If you want some cone, you can get some. Ooh, we got Gargoyle from Jet Yates, the artist. I know she did a bunch of stuff she did everything for Escape Land, which I've been playing that one lately. Unfortunately, there's nothing for that here. Yeah, that's a pretty cool Gargoyle. I wonder if there's a way I could tell if there's altards. We got leather armor and a med kit. So yeah, 2 packs from Dead World, which is definitely not enough to like explain the craziness of this game, because it also has like this thing where at the beginning of the game you decide who's the attacker and who's the defender, and based on that there's like you play cards that say like if you're the attacker you can do a thing and you have to wait this many turns to attack. So it has like anti-Zerg rush rules, like you're playing StarCraft in 2003 at your friend's house on LAN or something. I'm just making words up, but I'm not making them up, but you know what I mean. That is a thing in this game. So there's no rushing allowed. So you have a few turns to build up. There's some crazy stuff. Yeah, I'll have to come back to that one sometime. Because the next one we got a special game earlier. I might have spilled the beans a little bit, but we got a little bit of Divorced Dads, the new Seeds of Separation pack. Now, I don't know anything about this game at all. I just heard that you could make a lot of money if you pull the house. So we gotta pull the house. Come on, house. Actually, the creator, Graham, reached out to me and he's like, hey man, you do cool stuff with indie games. You want some Divorced Dads? And I was like, yeah, dude, I want some Divorced Dads. So he sent me a couple packs of the Seeds of Separation and some Master Beta decks. I have some Alpha starter decks, but I think I'm more of a Beta anyway. And we're gonna open the Seeds of Separation. I wonder who made these packs. These are like really hard to open. Alrighty. We have the Weed Whacker. Yes. She smells of gas. So this is a wood-type beast. In Divorced Dads, you start with 26 cans, and your goal is to reduce your opponent's cans to 0. You can play 2 cards on your turn, and then you attack. This is a 4/3 vanilla, and everything is singleton. And you have to have at least 44 cards in your deck, which I'm not sure what the significance of that is. We're just gonna go right into the Seed of Separation. Is there rarity anywhere on these? It's not foil, but that is a Seed of Separation. Special attributes. If Exterminator is on your field, your opponent loses half their cans. If they have an uneven number of cans, they lose the higher of the 2 sums. All right. So that is the... I have the Seed of Separation again, except it's a different art. If Exterminator is on your field, your opponent loses half their cans. Yeah, that's the same card. Yeah, what? Then we have the Exterminator. Are these just all commons? Is that what I'm getting at? That feels like they're just about to be all commons. So this is every type of beast. And it's a 0/5, and it's the Splitter of Worlds. Maybe this is so you can have multiple copies of the same card. That makes sense to get around the singleton rule. Then we have Protein Powder. He can't stop growing. That's pretty good. Especially when you're thinking about the Exterminator and the Seeds of Separation too much, then you might need to go to the gym and use your protein powder. We have another Exterminator, a different art. Okay. Wonder who printed these. This almost looks like make playing cards or something. Foil is very shiny and it goes over the entire card, even the border. And the border is fairly large. We have... What the heck? How many cards are in this expansion? The house! Yeah! We got the house, baby! It's not a rare card anymore, probably. But I pulled the house. After another Exterminator. We got 3 Exterminators and 2 Seeds of Separation. We got the house. What does the house do? Choose 1 beast on your field. For the duration of the turn, it can attack your opponent's cans directly. This tool cannot be doubled. Okay. Then we got Type 2 Diabetes. Ah, no. It happened to me. I hope not. Hope it didn't happen to me. This is a 2/4. This is a leather type beast. So that's that is a pack of all time. What is the second pack going to have in store for me then? I've already got the house, but I have multiple X's and Seeds of Separation. Oh, we got the jean shorts. What does it do? Discard all cards in your hand and 8 cans to your points. Your cans cannot exceed 24 and this tool cannot be doubled. Okay, so we're just healing up. Healing up. We got the protein powder, non-foil version. We got her new boyfriend. No, not her new boyfriend. Look at those muscles. How could I compete? The combat in this game is that I don't think that there's no summoning sickness. Any beast can attack another beast, or if your opponent has no beast, then you just attack their cans directly, and it's attack versus defense. So this guy, the new boyfriend, has so much attack, but then he's probably going to get wonked on the old slap back there because he's only got 1 defense. But he does have a special attribute. This beast can only attack if you have less cans than your opponent. Oh, okay. So it's a come back from behind type card. We have Night Shift. This is a steel type beast. He lurks in the shadows. 2/3. This beast must be sent to the junk pile first before other beasts on your field can be attacked. Ooh, he's got kind of semi-taunt. We have the Hair Piece. Special attribute. Send yours or your opponent's terrain to the junk pile and it can't be doubled. Oh, the legendary Hair Piece. You either go to that or you go bald at some point. You just accept it, you know. We got the Shower Mold. It's sentient bacteria. I don't think that's how you spell that word. Special attribute. When this beast is sent from your field to the junk pile, your opponent discards 1 card from your hand. You also draw at the end of your turn in this game, which is always something. Add 4 cans to your points. Another heal card. Wow, we're healing from what the first pack did to me with so many X's at one time. But no, we have low testosterone. He gets emotional. At the end of your turn, draw 1 additional card for every beast on your opponent's field. Ooh, we get that card draw. I don't know, it might be worth it. It might be worth it. Then we have the Restraining Order. Choose 1 beast on your opponent's field. Your opponent loses the same amount of cans as its starting attack value, and it can't be doubled. That is more of a pack. That is so weird. Is that weird that I got the house, 3 X's, and 2 Seeds of Separation in the same pack? I don't know. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything at all. All right, that's Divorced Dads. We're moving along. We're going back to a game that you probably don't know exists. Next game is Totym. Do you know about Totym? I didn't know about Totym until I backed on Kickstarter and then it came to me. It just delivered recently. If you look it up on YouTube, you find like a sort of how to play video that like vaguely describes the game. And then the rest of it, you just have to read the rules. There's a couple pack openings. Ooh, that pack, that felt pretty good to open. That was a good pack right there. This is like a really different game where it's like a social deduction mixed with a TCG. So we're gonna have to probably go for a couple cards before I can explain the game if I remember it at this point after going through so many games. Maybe I should have put this earlier. So you have 3 creatures, maybe it's 3, 5, and you need to ascend them by building totems around them. And you build totems around them by putting cards face up or face down. And to ascend, you need to get both of these things. You need 3 cross on the left side and 2 green on the right side. So you see this is a red card. This is not a color at all. This is more like a spell card. And how it works is, let's see here. We got Mirage. We're getting Tarots. I think those are the spell cards. But then these are the, no, this is an Imposter. Imposter. Oh shoot. We got Dawn. The theme of this game is that it's like cryptids, but they're like the cute versions of themselves. So I'm not exactly sure who Dawn's supposed to be, but it needs 0 bring on the left side and 5 bring on the right side. And it's got an effect and it's got an immunity. It can't be, tarot actions can't be blocked. And we have worship cards. Oh, here we need these to go on these. But you can play them face up or face down.
Well, sort of. The spell type tarot go face up, and everything else goes face down and counts as a worship card. Good thing editing me is here because I end up explaining this game really bad, so I'm gonna do a better job. You can play one tarot and one face down card a turn, building up your totems however you like. Once you have at least 5 cards in a totem and the correct number of face down worship cards, at the end of your turn you can attempt to lock in the totem. This is when your opponent can play an imposter card if they think you're bluffing. After they impost you or not, you reveal all the cards in the locking totem and 3 different things can happen. You either have a perfect totem where the number and symbols all match, a flawed totem where the number is correct but the symbols might not match, or a defective totem where the number doesn't match because some of your worship cards were actually bluffs. If an imposter was played and the totem turns out to be defective, all the cards in that totem explode and go to the discard pile. If the totem was perfect or flawed, the imposter backfires and the locking player can either blow up an accuser's totem or make them discard their whole hand, no big deal. Once you lock both totems on a creature, it ascends regardless of what type of totems it had, but different things happen to the totem cards depending on what type of totem it was. And that's pretty much the game. Back to live action me.
I had just read about this game a day or two ago, but after talking about so many other games, it's just not in my head anymore. And I haven't got to play it, so it's never been played, it's just in my head. We're just gonna look through some funny cards then. We got Dahlia, Fairy, we got Thistle. These imposters don't have any words on them, which I find concerning, maybe. I was gonna say interesting, but ooh, we got Nox the Grim Reaper. Oh, is that what? Skinwalker, Got Ace of Cups, the tarot cards. We got Triad, who's a Skinwalker. We got Strength. We got Zephyr, the Fujin, and we have one Worship Bard. I'll have to play this and come back to it. I hope editing me could put something together for it, because I got nothing. I'm just gonna move on to the next game, which we're getting closer. We're getting closer to the end here. All right, now we're moving on a little bit more towards the homemade card games. Homemade trading card games. Sounds weird to just say homemade card games. And we're starting with old gem blenders. I made a video describing gem blenders long ago in one of my old I played 7 games, which should hopefully be returning shortly. I've definitely played like 14 games and written a bunch of stuff, I just haven't done it. Please leave me a comment telling me to do it so I actually do it. And this is their second set that has come out, Idols and Omens. Now, if you haven't watched that video, in Gem Blenders, you start off with a team of 4 characters, and you play resource cards to them and level them up into different characters and try to attack through your opponent's characters that are sort of laney and hit them in the face. So of course we start with not a dude at all. We start with an action card, return a blend on your field to your hand. Then we have Chiller, which is just a 2 blend, so you need the blue one and the gray one. And it's got attack, defense, and an ability that's a lot of words. We have Electron. We have Blend Search your deck for a level 2 or 3 blend. We have Usher. We have Restock. If you've probably noticed, the art style is definitely a thing that people comment on in the game. It's it could be endearing, it could be the ugliest thing you've ever seen. I'm just saying what other people said. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I think there's a certain charm to it. It definitely knows its aesthetic. We have Stratus Glider, which is a 4 gem blend. It only has 2 attack and 1 defense. Once during your turn, when you play this blend, you may draw 1 card for each aqua gem on this hero. Oh, okay, so that possibly could draw you a lot of cards. We have a character that has a level. I think the levels, this determines how many gems, I think. That just came back to me. How many gems you can have on that character. But he's an oddball. He can only use level 3 and level 5 blends. Then we have Capra Gem. So these are your gems that you attach to your characters like this. Boop. And then when they have the appropriate number, you gem them into a blend. And then you could get rid of this, for different blends. sometimes. That's how the game goes. No shiny card in there. Wonder if we'll get one in this one. It is a game that people, I think they do regular events, I think in person and online. Thermometer. The deck building seems pretty seems pretty open. There's a lot of different things that you could do since I think there's 9 different gems. Safeguard. We got a Valence Angel. We got Snowfowl. We got Omen. Ooh, that's pretty cool. I like the pixel art on that one. Then we have a Shepherd, level 4. What the heck? That art. One man's trash. Once during your turn, you may shuffle 1 card from your discard pile into your deck and then discard the top 2 cards from your deck. Oh, some self-mill. We got another Capper Gem and another character, Joyce. This is just a factoid card on that one. Omen's only got 1/1. What's the biggest stat we saw in here? 1 2 0 4 1 0 or 1 1 2 0 1 1. All right, that's gem blenders. They're still going along. Second set's out. Got a couple packs to show off. If anybody wants to see more of any of these games, also please leave a comment and I can open more, because a lot of these games I have at least a box, sitting around. This is not the box that I was opening from Rush of Ikorr, but I do have some, and I can open some more in a different video, even though I don't want to just flood my channel with pack openings. Next we have Journey. This was a game that came out of nowhere for me. I'd never heard of this game at all, and then some people coming back from Gamma, which was a convention for cards and board games a month or 2 ago, were talking about it. This is like Flesh and Blood, but you have 3 different characters. So we have, let's see, Protection, and there are different classes that can do different things. So Dark Bond, this is a warrior rogue card that you could enhancement self. This adventure gains 1 HP when making a basic attack. Boost, this ability is quick. So there's different things you can do like that. This is a character. We have Vetro the Astonisher, 12 health, 5 something. We have a Mage Spellweaver. Now this is a subclass. I think the different characters have, the different classes have different base things they can do. So this one, let's see, both players may draw 1 card whenever Vetro uses any Spellweaver ability. I don't know if that's the Spellweaver specific ability or if this card specific ability, but there was something I remember where the different classes can do different things.
Yes, the different classes do different things, but no, that's just Vetro's ability.
Then we have some stats down here. Editing me, I need help.
Yes, from left to right, that would be magic, special, magic defense, and physical defense.
Thank you. Then we have Aeroblade. This is an augmenter for a strategist. Target ally may perform 2 basic attacks this battle block. I think that's the rounds in this game. Crescendo, augmenter bard. All bard abilities you control gain 1 counter. Ooh, we have a foil. Oh, we have a eulogy. That's what I'm gonna need after all this. Shoot, we're gonna go to 2 hours on this thing. Healing is reduced to 0 for the opposing party. Ooh. We have Dissolver. Zap, deal 1 lightning damage to 2 adventurers. This ability ignores magic defense. We have Ninja Tabby and Phase Blade. I know the people working on this game have been working on it for a good long while. Some people were saying the art looks weird and they were jumping to AI, but they claim at least, that there's no AI, but there are some like pre-made asset kind of things sometimes in the game, so that's probably what they're seeing, maybe things that are, mashed up together. We have Doppelganger. I like these that sort of look like a video game RPG. I mean, the whole game kind of looks like that. That's the whole vibe, but when they look like they're in the game world, that's pretty cool. We have a Mage, Dark Mage. The first time Vexus would take battle damage, that damage becomes 0. Ambush, Cyber Soul Axe. We have Foil Eulogy again. What's up with that? Dissolver, Power Slash. All right, that's different. We had a couple cards that were the same there. Prism Shield and Roadhouse. So sorry to go through that one so fast, but that is like the probably the most reduced way to put it is that you have multiple characters, and then you go around using them through different rounds until everyone is dead. Next one, I have Elekin, which is a game that was crowdfunding. They sent me a couple things, and then they ended up canceling and disappearing. They were in the HTCG Discord for a while. And they really, as far as I saw, only really posted about their game, and then they kind of crashed out towards the end, where he was just like, "You guys don't care about other people's projects at all," and it's like, bud, everybody here has their own game. You don't care about other people's projects either, so like, I don't get it. And he left. But this game, I don't know if it's still happening or not. I just thought I'd rip one pack. Just remember, if you're making your own game and you're in like HTCG, it does pay off to like interact. I know that takes time and effort and stuff, but if you have friends, they're more likely to play test and maybe support a little bit. I know we had like attack and speed. We have the QR code again. There was some evidence maybe that this game was an NFT pivot, which, doesn't really help the creator's case. And when that got found out, they went and deleted all the evidence that this was possibly involved with those. We have some creatures. Let's see. We have the Titan Shield. Is this going to be foil? Oh, yes. This is probably like NPC foil. The Ancient Tide. At the end of your turn, you may discard up to 2 cards from your hand and then draw 1 for each card discarded. Let's see, what do we have here? Titan Shield. I mean, the game itself doesn't look terrible. I think I looked into the rules once, and they're either... I can't remember if there weren't any, or if they just weren't grabbing me. But Elekin, you got to know what you're getting into with a trading card game, I guess, and it's kind of tough out there, but you also got to realize that you're not the only game out there that people are trying to make and buy. Anyway, let's go back to being wacky. I have Monster Club. You can sort of see me in there. Whoa. This is a game that has been kind of under the radar. It's existed for a while. I know Chaos Galaxy Zach just uploaded a video of him opening a couple packs of 4 games. He only opens 4 games. I opened 34 games. No, well, it might be. Shoot, I gotta get through it. I might not be opening any games if I can't get through this. But the main thing in this game is that it's very, very aesthetic. Look at it. We have Night Mage Gonzalo. He's got 1,000 power, I think, 1,000 value. We have the Dweller Under the Sky. I think this is like a lane-based game. Other monsters on your board with Moon, Gonzo, or Night in their name are increased score by 400. I can't read.
Roadhouse.
Dark World. All monsters on the board are considered to have dark in their name. Oh. Left Mecha Power. You may play this card as score increasing power card. All right. Then we have the Sunset Turtles Cat. Draw 1 card. The Dragon Sphere. When stacked to a monster that doesn't have dragon in its name, this card's score increases its effect. I'm not having a stroke. When stacked to a monster that doesn't have dragon in its name, this card's score increasing effect is plus 500. Okay, I think I get that. The Dark Emperor Dragon. To play, destroy Emperor Dragon. Oh. We have Dark Genie. All monsters on your board and in your grave are considered to have dark in their name. This is very dark. You're trying to have like the most points in a row to win, and yeah, that's what I remember. Editing me, you could take it away, but
yeah, there's 3 lanes and you can play monsters face up or face down in the lanes. In the lower left, there's a maximum number of equip cards you can equip to each monster, and at the end of your turn, you can attack at something that's in front of a monster. Bigger number wins. Loser loses their monster and everything equipped to it, and a life point. If you run out of life points, you lose.
The more interesting thing was they made a second game called Morigins, and when I saw the rules for that one, it was very similar. It seemed like an evolution to this one, Monster Club. There we go. We got Mamagon. In this game, there were like 3 different rows, but maybe there was more.
Oh, that sounds like something I need to double check. Let me go look at the rule book. Just get on the website and Well, there's a 5-minute YouTube video, but like, where's the rulebook? The only thing I can find is this manga that sort of explains the game. Can you guys please have a rulebook for the game? How is there no public rulebook? One 5-minute YouTube video later, there are 3 columns and...
There was a front row and a back row, and things either had a power rating in the front row or a different power rating in the back row. So some are more powerful, and you can move things back and forth. If attacked, this card switches to alt score. This is the alt score, this is the main score. We have the Cryon. We have the 2 eggs. I think you could only play a 1 egg at first, and you have to like evolve your Morigins, kind of like Pokemon. So we have a lot of 2s. Oh yeah, here we go, Floppy Gen, an original Morigin. If played in the last 24 hours, this card is destroyed. All right, we got Saugen, original Morigin. We got Glibbit, so this is a 2. If no copy on your board on play, select one of your stacks. It can't be attacked. So yeah, you put this and then you can stack it up. I don't think there was a resource system, or if there was, I don't remember it. Maybe you could only play a certain number of cards in the turn. We got Cryostra, which doesn't have an effect. Then we have Snow Man. Yeah, if the local temperature is 0 degrees/32 Fahrenheit or lower, this card gains 100 score. Oh, this card's useless here. This never below freezing. I'm just joking, but I guess they have some of that Metazoo, you know, wacky stuff where stuff on the card matters. Like, I guess you can only play Floppy Gene once every day. Otherwise, he blows up. But the cards look really cool. I'd like to play it sometime. I just needed to get this on here because I think these got to me a while ago and I just haven't got the proper time to... I haven't put forth the proper time to go through it. So that's Morigins and Monster Club. You could check those out. Those are available. Next, I got a game that literally just delivered to me from Launch Tabletop, Universe of Cards. Launch Tabletop is a production company. I mean, that's not who made the game, but that's who printed it. And that's important because they have started a program where you can do print on demand TCG, which normally is limited. If you want them to pack the cards themselves, the Game Crafter or like a real manufacturing company. There's other companies like Make Playing Cards, which I mentioned before, but they will not pack the cards for you and you'll have to do it. And so Launch Tabletop is coming in with their solution to possibly do low print number TCG. So let's see what we got here. We got Gem Mine. This is a round-based game that ends after a certain amount. I'm pretty sure there are also rounds. Other than that, I'm not sure how much I could tell you, but we're going to look at some pretty art and, you know, see what we can get here. We got a Hidden Blade. When this enters, equip this to an attacker in this lane. So yes, lanes. That's me. We have Miss Albane, end of turn. If you have more than 2 non-permanent cards in this lane, return this to your hand. Okay. I think this is the attack number. Lady Winter, Steam Powered. I also have a card in this game, and I really hope I can draw it. Constricting Corset, Goblin, that's me. I mean, that's not my card, but Hourglass. When this enters, the next time a friendly card in this lane will be destroyed, return it to your hand instead. Portal Rift, Seal of Illusion, Lord Avernax. That's pretty cool. I like him. Seal of Rage. Karn the Warlord. Oh, we have foils there. You can do foils with the Launch Tabletop too. It looks like this is the whole card foil type foil, not the selective foil, which is fine. I think the Launch Tabletop does offer that, but it was not opted for here. We have the Terracotta Dancer. Once per game, move this to another lane. Voodoo Doll and Legendary. Look out for the Legendary full art foil treatments of your favorite cards and packs. Oh, so there's like an alt art. That's pretty cool. We get an alt art. We get an alt art easy. Get an alt art easy one more pack. I've never done an easier thing. All right, we have one location. We have the Goblin Cave, which is where I am. I'm in the Goblin Cave. We have Possess. We have Obliterate. We have Infiltration. We have the Minotaur Trader. That guy's pretty cool. He's He's styling over there. We got Goblin Tinker. We got Fireball. We got Constricting Corset again. We got Frog-tato. That's something. We got the Wheeler Gambit. We got Blaze. We got the Power Core. We got Arc, the Chronopos Tinkerer. Let's read him. An amazing discovery. Whenever you pay for a card using energy gems, draw a card or give this +1 power. Okay, Voodoo Doll, Chronopos Guard. Oh, how to play Pack Blitz. Ooh, is this 1 pack a game? 2 packs. Oh, our hidden final pile we got coming up might have to do with pack battling. That is the launch tabletop. This is, well, I mean, it's Universe of Cards, so, but it's also launch tabletops, print on demand for cards. We got a little whitening on the top, but I mean, they feel all right. They're a little flippy flappy, but not too shabby. I'm not the best at determining card quality. Actually, now that we've mentioned GameCrafter, my last game here is Zumoners. This is a HTCG, kind of, you know, very indie, made by one guy. Has some pretty cool art. I don't have my scissors. GameCrafter packs are hard to open. Ooh, how am I gonna do this? I wonder if I can do it this way without destroying the pack. I'm opening this pack for this game because the creator had a create a card contest, and there were several winners, one for each different color faction in the game, and I happened to win one of them. This is not the winning cards. The rest of the pack has some of the rarer cards in it. This has rarity-based deck building, but, you know, maybe that's just a thing I need to get over because everyone else seems to love it and use it. We have the Fire Dragon, who you can have up to 3 copies of this card in your deck. Normally, you can only have 2 ultra rares, but this one's like, screw it, you can have 3. It's got big numbers. This is sort of like a combination of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Duel Masters, where there's shields, you attack your opponent's shields to kill them, but you can only attack their shields if there's no monsters, and when a monster attacks, it turns sideways, and when you attack, you use your attack, or if it's in attack mode, well, there's no attack mode, but if it's right side up, you use its attack, but if it's this way, you use its defense, so attacking makes you vulnerable to the lower stat, maybe, it depends on the card, but otherwise, you could just leave it in attack and not attack and have a bigger number, but you've not attacked. We have Galebird, which is another one of the base card sets. You see what I'm talking about? The art style is simple, but it's really cool. We have the Sea Kraken, which is probably one of the most OP things in the game, which you have these 3 cards, and normally you choose between gaining a resource of your choosing for the turn. It's kind of like, you know, your resource deck, but without the resource deck, you can just get it whenever you want, or you draw a card. So you have to choose between getting more resources and drawing cards. But these combined creatures, if you get all the parts, you can just slam all of them on the board. You can only have 3 creatures, so this takes up your whole board, but you don't have to pay nothing for it. You just get the combined stats of all this thing and all the effects all at once, and it's really powerful. So this big guy, it can attack 3 times, and you can return the whole thing to your hand for 2 water energy. So if somebody's about to kill it, you can whoop, 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 back to your hand. It's a menace. Moving on, Mountain Giant, Light Ray Unicorn, Carnivore Plant. This is a trap card, kind of like an instant destroy. Or no, it's not. Destroy a 3 or lower cost creature. Maybe it is. Maybe you could do any spells instant. I don't remember. Now we're getting to the created cards. Here's the Earth one. This was made by Matthew GX, who has his own game. When this creature destroys a creature in battle, you can put an energy card into play. So this is like a ramp. That's pretty cool. You will only have like a couple more to ramp by the time you get to this point. And all of these cards are going to be legendary, and you can only have 1 legendary card in your deck, I believe. Then we have Bombosaurus. Anytime during either player's turn, you can destroy this card to destroy a card on the field. So this has low defense, but high attack. So you play it, you attack something, it's in defense, it has its low defense, and then you just self-destruct, boom, to kill something else. Seems pretty good. Here's mine. It's the text monster. There's so much text on it. This is the Omni Golem. If you've seen my greatest GameCrafter box opening ever, I talk about how every HTCG has a golem, and this one is my super golem for this game. Cosplay. You can attach any number of elemental creatures from your hand to this card. The power and defense of this card are equal to the total cost of all elementals attached to it. You can send an elemental creature attached to this card to the graveyard to stop its destruction. So it sucks up all the other golems and it's super powerful, but if you find a way to kill it, it can stop itself from being destroyed, and it can, but it'll get weaker as it does so. I thought as a card you can only have one of in the deck, and this prevents you from playing any other legendaries. It had to be good. This kind of like makes you deck build where you want a bunch of golems or elementals, and that's what I came up with. I think this is the first question mark stats for the game. That's what it do. Then for water, we have cosplay. You can add any number of your shields to your hand and then turn the same number of cards from your hand into shields, so you get a little peek at what you've got as your shields, and you can replace those if you need any of those cards earlier. Then we have Seraphim, which has 1 defense, but cosplay, you can free play 2 1-cost or lower light creatures from your graveyard, so you can sort of spam the board with some little guys, and then when this is destroyed, you can turn 1 card from your graveyard into a shield. I wonder if it can be this. If it's destroyed, is it already in the graveyard? So you can put it back in your hand and slowly loop it again. For a dark, we have Skull Moth. Destroy all creatures on the field. Just a simple board wipe. Swoosh. If they have a big thing on the field, this could be useful. We have Wind Tengu for wind. Destroyed, you can shuffle this card into your deck so it can keep coming back. And then I think this is just another combiner, full right. The Dark Devourer, who I've never seen anyone play, and we have to keep moving on. But this is Game Crafter. I can say though that Game Crafter alignment can be really bad. Like if you look at this card, there's like no alignment on the back, and you know, more border on the right. It's the back. The fronts are generally better, but I've seen some wacky front cuts too. That's Zumoners. That's all our homemade trading card games. But now on to our last category, which I will need to open the first pack to explain. This is a game that's about to hit Kickstarter, which probably I should have talked about earlier in the video instead of this far into it. But this is Cataclysm Arcade. Let's see, where does our pack begin? Does it begin here? Oh, this is, yeah, Cataclysm Arcade Demo Tape Gamma Edition. This is a creature battler type game, back and forth actions, leader, but the big thing in this game is that you can play with 1 pack per person. So I could take this and play it against somebody else with nothing else added, and we should have an enjoyable experience. Let's see if let's just get to our leader. So we have our leader, Blades the Triumphant. We have 16 health. It has an attack cost. So that's another thing in this game that's fairly unique, is creatures have to pay your resource to attack. Every round you level up, as they call it. You enter the next level. So at level 3, you'd gain 3 tokens that you could use to pay for attacks or equipment. Creatures don't have costs. You just have to be at a certain level to play them. And then you go back and forth, either playing or attacking things. And that's the game. So we have Blades Triumphant. When Blades attacks, if you have 3 or more fighters on your team, draw a card. And we have level 4, tap this, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal up to 2 fighters and put them in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. So we have 3. So this is our boss. And then from there, we're gonna have different things. This is a spell, or no, this is a weapon. You have to be level 3 to play this. And then you need to pay 2 to attach it to something. So this is again like our magic equipment where it stays on the board, but you can reattach it to different things.
You do get a free attach the first time you play it though, so it doesn't cost anything the first time.
And it has 2 attack, and the wielder gets +2 attack. That's probably what that is. Let's see, we have Advance. This is a response. Destroy up to 1 weapon card, draw a card. This, I think, responses are like the instant type cards. You can play it at any time. I think they just need you to be level 3, so they don't have any cost either.
I like how there's literally a gold coin on the card, and I'm like, nah, you don't have to pay the cost. You do. Tactics cost money.
That might not be true, though. Editing me, help.
Oh, I did.
Then we have Push, a tactic, which you don't have to pay for. You just have to be on the right level, I think. Again, editing me, correct me.
You dumb doorknob.
And this destroys a fighter. That seems pretty good. Let's just kill a guy. Then we have Gordo the Collector. It's a fighter, the Waddle. His attack cost is 2 and he only does 1, but he has 4 health. When Gordo enters play, if one of your fighters died this level, put 2 +1 attack counters on Gordo. Oh. Health is persistent in this game, so you'll have to find a way to track that. We've got Gallon the Nurturer. That's level 5. When he enters play, a boss or fighter heals 2. Oh, yes. We have Pia, the Laser Focus. If you notice, this game is comic book based. I think the head of this game is Brian David Marshall, who is like a comic guy and like a big magic person. And this game has big funding. It's got funding from Studio A24, like the movie studio, and they have been advertising for sure. I've seen some like comedian people like open it. I've seen all the like board game girl people have advertisements where they open the game and like they just, oh yes, we're going to look at the cards if you like, and then they describe the game without like really, I guess, playing it. Well, I haven't played it either. That's what I'm doing. I'm just a goblin doing it. I'm not saying that they're bad for doing that. You know, it's just things you notice. Then we have, Blair, the Noxious Entity. Attack cost 0, attack 2. This is a vanilla. Ooh, he comes out. He's swinging. There's different factions. I think this is the generic one. So their thing, they said that they're the first game that you could play with 1 pack, which is where my final category is, because that would be true that they're the first one, except for this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Now, they quickly changed and said, well, we're the first one that's going to be at distributor level. And like, that might be. But there are definitely other games on the market that you can play with 1 booster pack. And I think that's a really cool underutilized thing that's starting to become more utilized. We're going to go through the other ones right now. We got Miryiad. Miryiad is a homemade level sort of game, but he's trying to level up. I think he's going for a Kickstarter. Oh my gosh, I can't get this pack open. Help. Going for a Kickstarter later. This is another lane-based game where you play creatures and they attack down lanes, but there's like multiple spots in your side of the lane where you could put creatures, and things can only attack the first thing that they run into in their lane. So sometimes you have things that you want to defend, sometimes you put things face down. Let's see, it looks like some of these things have a cost. Shuffle 1 card from your hand into your deck. This card gains plus 200 attack for each card in your hand. It's got 2 health. It's got 2,000 power. Let's see. We have Falcon. This game has some cryptids in it as well. You can play this card for 0 SP. Cost, send a random card in your hand to dust. It's kind of a non-bow with the other one, I think. When destroyed, draw 1 card. If you control a water life card, draw 1 card. Oh, I see. I think the cost to play, you had like fixed resources in this game, or actually let's get to the win condition, which is at the end of the pack. The win condition is that you have to destroy the life cards, which, you know, they both have 6 life. They have abilities, they have when destroyed effects. I think each one of them generates you some level of resource.
I was pretty close here. You get 3 SP per turn, and then you get 1 additional SP per destroyed life card.
I'm sorry, Mr. Danger Boat. That's the creator. It's been a long time since I played this one, but you know, at this point we're just going. We got Crystallite. We have Fufu Flare Tesso. On attack, draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. We got Kelpie. We got the Windy Orb Graft. This soul gains 1,000 attack. If this was grafted to an air card, move up to 2 souls on the battlefield 1 space. So this is a game that definitely has a lot of positional element, and you're trying to bob and weave and defend and attack your opponent's life cards so you could destroy them. Quick cost. Discard 1 card. Target an attacking soul. It gains plus 6,000 attack until the end of the turn. Ooh. Dusted. Target a soul and an abyss. Send it to dust. We have, we got the Flarambush Veggie Man. This is almost the same foiling that was on the Journey game. I wonder what printer they used for this. This guy got a lot of words on him. He's pretty cool though. Ooh, we got another one. We got Revan Chick. Then we have, Chub Stomper. We got We got 3 shiny card names. And we got our 2 life cards. The Chart of the Sea and the Air Knowledge. So yeah, you could play this game with 1 pack. I think Constructed is a little bit bigger because you'd have 3 life cards instead of 2, but being able to play with 1 pack still sure is cool. We also have the set 2 spoiler cards. So if you're one of the people that somehow watching this video still that already knows this game, let's see what we got here. We got the Eternal Onion. Static. Whenever a soul is played, roll a die. If that result is a 1 or a 6, it enters play used, which I tapped probably. When destroyed, mill 2. If you do, return this card to hand. Oh, we keep coming back. We got the Bottle Protection. Not going to be able to read all these. I'll show them off for a second. Ooh, we get the full foil. Alternate realities. You can only have 1 Wits card with legend keyword in your deck. The Wits are the spells, yes. Then we have Unheard Sir Lance. Ooh, and Dactyl. If you'd like to see more of this game, I know I definitely have more spoiler packs. I might do a short or something opening them. I'm gonna have to figure out some way to get through all this stuff. What is that? It's getting hot in here. Oh, sorry. Okay. It's a little hot. It's almost like I've opened a million games. Now we have elemental creatures. I've done how to play for this one. This one, you play creatures that are elemental. You level them up, you get points, you try to get more points than your opponent, and win the game. Let's see what we got here. We got Kalfarak. This game has been working on set 2. He's been trying to do the grassroots thing, expanding out through the networks of game stores. I'm just saying words. We got our level 1 little critter monsters that we could, creatures. Critters, I've been playing too much Escape Land. That we will play the early game, and they all have effects, and then we can level them up into the level 2s. Let's see, do we have, let me see if I can remember some of these. We got Dareep, Grizzler, Omnigon, Montiago, and Kalfrak. I've murdered all those names. I've just forgot all those names. Norgan.
The cool thing about this game is that when you level up, the previous level goes back to your hand so you can play it again.
So if you match the name, you get an additional power bonus. So that's what I was going to use that to say. We have our level 2 creatures. We have Aerokin. We have Zafar. We have Snowlurger. And then we're going to have a... Oh, nope. We have then our level 3s, which are hard to get out, but, you know, they do big number things. Oops. Sorry. We got Pyrocian. Then we have Nebu, which the foil can be any level anything. When you exert a level 2 or 3 dark type creature, draw a card. I think in the spirit of 1 pack, we're just going to do 1 pack because I got to get done with this video. Next, on our 1 pack journey, we have Super Battle Mon, which I've opened before. Maybe I can open my card. I didn't open my card from Cards of Legend, Universe of Cards. Universe of Legend, different game. But in this game, you actually get more cards than you need in a game, because this gives you 9 cards, and you build a deck out of 6, I believe, and you do a quick little game. Let's see, yeah, we got Solar Punk Dragon, we got Astro Cat, we got Dandelion Fish. This is one of those simultaneous reveal games where you put 2 cards face down, and then the one with the more power wins. But cards cost things, and you have to pay cards from your hand, and you lose when you're out of cards, so you gotta make sure that you don't do that. You got a lot of high cost stuff. Holy crap, this would be a rough pack to play. Each time you lose a round, you must discard an additional card. Oh my gosh. And Magimon Girl. No card bones. Sad. If you would like us to play any of these 1-pack games, I have more packs for all of the 1-pack games. I'd love to get Big Dave over and shotgun a bunch of these. Now, the last one of these is interesting. Time Rift is a redo of the Anachronism History Channel card game. And this is a complete 2-player game in 1 pack. So not only can you play 1 person, you can just play 2 people. You don't even need 2 packs. Let's see what we got in here. This is a grid-based game where you have 1 character and equipment cards, and it plays over a couple rounds, where each round you get to reveal another piece of your equipment. and you do a couple turns trying to fight each other. I have played it one time many years ago, and it seemed like we just walked into each other and attacked. There were dice involved. Let's see, because we got Alfred the Great right here. He's got some effects. He's got some health. He's got speed. He's got damage. He's got armor. And then he's got this little grid that shows where he is and where his like extra damage zones are. So I don't know why he can attack diagonal to the left of him, but it's no bonus. He can attack right in front of him, and he gets +1. And he can attack in ranged in front of him, and he does -1. Let's see, we have the Abiding Sword. Also, another thing about this game is they have the big old square corners. That's how it was. That's how it still is. We have a weapon, which gives you some more areas that you can attack, it seems. And it gives you additional damage. We have the Alfred Jewel. We have the Unification of England. I think you can have one of different types. Maybe there's like a point total. That seems like it would be right. And then we have Salah ad-Din. Sorry. He's another character. He's got a weapon. He's got armor. He's got, a champion? We didn't have the champion, did we? No, we had weapon, armor, inspiration. Hold up. Hold on. Oh, wait, these are, I guess those are my 3 other cards that you get. So I think that's all you need to play are those right there. Is you need like your 4 cards. Hold on. Oh no. Oh, these are the extra ones. I see. Salad. Yeah, because this guy's foil. Oh, it was really subtle foil. Maybe it's just a bad angle I'm looking at. Sorry. We have his armor and a weapon. And then we have our second character. We have Rani. I'm not going to try to say that. We have her weapon, her armor, an inspiration, and a special. I guess it doesn't have to be like set pieces. These are just random, maybe. I don't know how seeded the packs are. But yeah, this is a really interesting... Boom, I knew I was going to say it, one. Because yeah, 1 pack equals game for 2 players? Who would do that? And you get 3 foilies? That's crazy. Actually not. These are like cold foils. Flesh and Blood really popularized that one, huh? So those are all our 1-pack games. Now I do have a little bit more. If we're not done, I have some games that are not packs. They're just like starter decks real quick. Caster Chronicles is coming back. They're on Kickstarter right now. My buddies Speed Robo and TCG Buzz, Jacob. This game is by the Force of Will company when they tried to spread out into multiple games, but then Force of Will got set on fire and they stopped doing the games. Sorry, this is really zoomed in. I got the Morningstar Academy enrollment guide that has many, many wonderful things about the game and the creators and their other games that they're collaborating with, and it is very nice. There's even a little comic. I'm sure there are some other creators that have gone in depth on this, but I think it is very nice, especially that it has all of our names on there. And we are going to be looking at a couple of the cards. This is sort of like, what if Duel Masters, but there are dedicated land cards that have abilities that are not just land, but you could still, any card is resource, but you can also use the casters. Let's see what we got here. We got Force Reparation. These are a couple foil cards. I have a couple demo decks, but they're with the Speed Robo printing company, and I was gonna go a little bit more towards what the final ones are gonna be, which these are pretty nice. They almost have that textured back like the original. Maybe I'm just going crazy. No, I think they do. I think they do have the textured back. Force Reparation. We have the Furious Dragon. The coolest thing to me about this game is that the creatures, the resources, let's see, were all waifus. So this is one of them. It's level 1. There's also level 2 and 3 where you can level them up. But the creatures are little goobers to like scary dragons. There's one color that's like entirely food-based monsters, and there's one that's like haunted office supplies, and I think that's really funny. For another Duel Master game, I think there's a little bit a little bit going on there. There's like a defense mode where you can put something upside down and they have to be attacked first, I think, and they use their defense stat. Maybe it's just the second one. Editing me. And that is Caster Chronicles coming back. They're still on Kickstarter right now. If you want to support them, if you know what that was, you can go check them out. All right, next game. Hey, Keyforge. Did you know Keyforge is still around? They're doing sets and stuff. Like, here's a whole box of their next set. They're like 5 sets deep into like their redo, and people have thought they're dead, and they're not. I don't even know if I want to open this right now, but I forgot to send them my name, and it doesn't say 2 lanes. It has my real ass name on there. That's what kind of thing is that? Finally on here, we're gonna do Ignaris. Ignaris is also on Kickstarter right now, and this is a creature batailleur where there are 3 different types of creatures. There are beasts, there are soldiers, and there are lords. They work against and with each other because every creature, monster, thingy, guy, entity, that's it. Every entity has weakness seals on it. So this is weak to 1 warrior. So if 1 warrior is on your opponent's board, this guy's HP goes down to 250. Now, health is not persistent in this game. You just attack when 2 entities attack each other, they deal their damage, and if the attack is more than their health, they die. But you don't have to track anything, that's it. But weakening weakens the health. Now, beasts are really good at having a bunch of health. Like this guy has 280, he costs 1. Warriors are good at having a lot of attack. This one only has 200 health, but he has 250 attack. And then lords are kind of in the middle, but they are really good at having effects. So let's see, when summoned, you may look at the top card of your opponent's deck. Maybe not the best example for having a really good effect, but that is how it goes. The resource system in the game is that you have spar, which are resource cards in the deck. You draw 3 cards per turn, and you just play spar, and they're like a threshold. So this guy doesn't cost 3 spar, you just have to have 3 spar. And that's the same for every other type of card, the spells, and let's see. We do have spells, right? Yep. With spells, which there are like instant ones, and there are regular ones. You just have to have the number of spar on the board. But you can spend spar, you can like tap it to bring cards back from the dead and put them back on the board. And from there, 1 spar will ready at the start of your turn. So, a lot of wild things can happen in the game. You only have 4 creature slots, and the goal of the game is to clear your opponent's life cards. At the beginning of the game, you shuffle your deck, you put 4 cards face down as your life cards. When a creature entity, I'm just gonna keep doing that. When an entity attacks a life card, it flips over. If it's an entity, they fight. And if the life card wins, it stays life carded, and you have to figure out how to get over it. So if I have the Scrimpian, and he's got 600 health, and you attack it with Screw, and he's only got 400 attack, Screw is gonna live, because this only has 330 attack back, but Scrimpian's gonna live, and you're gonna have to find out how to get over that 600 health. I think you can still weaken it. I'm not sure on that one. Editing me, you know what to do.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And that is it, I think. You if it's a spell card, you can play it immediately, I think, for free without caring about the spar requirements. And there's also equip cards. And the art's pretty cool. I actually had Master Taco. Actually, shout out Master Taco. He actually did the editing for a couple of my gameplay videos. I think both the Cookie Run videos. And he's actually done a couple pieces of art for my game. So I think this scratchy art style is pretty cool. It's very unique. It's very interesting, might I say so myself. And it's just pretty cool. I think he might have under advertised his game for his Kickstarter. But, you know, I guess he could try again if it doesn't end up working out. I think it is a wild game. I think this is a game that is ripe for deck building something that's completely monstrous. You could probably do some silly things in this game. And if you like that kind of thing, you should go join the Ignaris Discord and play some games. I think he'd be down for it. Yeah. So that's me opening 59 quadrillion games. And whew, I think I'm gonna go have a cigarette now. Just kidding. I'm gonna go smoke that pack.